Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we're making another unknown tapas dish from Spain, this time from the beautiful region of Aragon, but more specifically, the historic province of Zaragoza, where they're famously known for their architecture and making some of the best wines in the country. Anyways, we're talking Spanish potato fritters. These are known in Zaragoza as Patatas Huecas. And let me tell you, these fritters are filled with so many simple yet delicious flavors, made with the humblest ingredients, and the best part, super easy to make, where there's no tricky techniques or special equipment needed. Folks serve these fritters as a tapas appetizer like they do in Zaragoza, or even as a side dish. Either way, make sure to enjoy them next to an ice cold beer for a taste of Spanish goodness. Alright, let's just dive right into this recipe. I'm going to cut 4 medium-sized potatoes. This is about 2 pounds or 900 grams that have already been peeled, washed, and patted dry. Each went through bite-sized pieces that are ½ an inch thick, which is about 1.25 centimeters. To make this recipe, I'm using Yukon Golds, but you can use whatever potatoes you like. Then we'll add the potatoes into a stock pot and fill it with some water, just enough to barely cover the potatoes. Then we'll season generously with sea salt and add in 1 bay leaf and heat it with a high heat. After 15 to 20 minutes, those potatoes should be perfectly cooked through. You know, you can always pierce them with a toothpick, and if it easily goes in there, but with a little resistance, they are ready to go. At this point, I'm going to remove the stock pot from the heat, drain the potatoes into a colander, and rinse them under some cold water. This is going to stop the potatoes from cooking, as well as help that the potatoes come up to room temperature. Then we'll remove the bay leaf and shake off any of the excess water and add the potatoes into a large bowl. And using a potato masher or a fork, we'll mash down on the potatoes until we end up with a semi-smooth texture, meaning it doesn't have to be perfectly smooth like mashed potatoes. If you have little bits of potato in there, no big deal. Then we'll crack 2 eggs into a separate bowl, whisk them together, and add them over the potatoes. And we'll give it a mix until everything's well mixed together. As for the rest of the ingredients, I'm going to add in a 1/4 cup of milk, which is 60 milliliters, a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, which is 30 grams, 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, which is 8 grams, finely grate 2 cloves of garlic. As always, if you don't have a grater, you can just finely mince them. And 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, which is about 8 grams. Then we'll season generously with sea salt. And we'll give it a mix until everything's well mixed together and we end up with a semi-thick batter. And that's the exact texture you want from your batter. If you see that yours is too thick, you just add in some more milk in there, and vice versa, if it's too thin, add in some flour. Either way, this batter is very forgiving, meaning even if it's not right on the money, your fritters are still going to have a great texture and flavor. For the next step, I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat. Important to use a medium heat here and nothing higher, otherwise your fritters are going to brown too quickly on the outside and not fully cook in the inside. And I'm going to add in 1 cup of virgin olive oil, which is 240 milliliters. You can use other types of oil here, such as canola oil or even sunflower. However, virgin's the ones that's typically used, as it gives these fritters a beautiful lift of flavors. After a couple minutes, and the oil is nice and hot, but as you can see it's not smoking, let's start cooking up our fritters. Using 2 spoons, I'm going to grab some of the batter, and you want it to be about the size of a golf ball, and add it into the pan. And you want to make sure all the fritters are in a single layer and evenly spaced out, so cook this in batches to not overcrowd the pan. And we're going to go for about 5 minutes per side here, or until those fritters are golden fried all around. And as you finish each batch, transfer the fritters into a plate with some paper towels. Once all the fritters are cooked, let's make a very simple spicy garlic mayo alioli that takes this dish to the next level. I'm going to add in half a cup of mayonnaise into a bowl. This is 120 grams. We'll finely grate in 2 cloves of garlic. Add in 1 teaspoon of hot smoked Spanish paprika, which is 2.5 grams. 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, which is 5 milliliters. And 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, which is 15 milliliters. Then we'll season with a kiss of sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a whisk until we end up with a beautiful creamy sauce. For the final step, let's start assembling our dish. I'm going to add in some of the potato fritters into a serving plate, along with the spicy garlic mayo alioli and some fresh parsley. Check it out, Patatas Huecas, Spanish potato fritters, a beautiful recipe from the province of Zaragoza. Easy to make, the simplest ingredients, and truly the kind of food that's gonna fill you with so much goodness. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, Patatas Huecas. I only cooked half of the batter. I made way too much. No big deal. Just cover it with saran wrap, add it into the fridge, and you can enjoy these between the next 3 to 4 days. Either way, let's give this a try. So excited to taste this. Here we go. No, it's not double dipping. If you turn it around, you come in through the other side. True or false? Absolutely delicious. Light crispy texture on the outside, the inside beautifully cooked through, nice and pillowy, and that spicy sauce taking things to the next level. You saw this super easy to make, the simplest ingredients. Once again, serve it as a tapas appetizer or even as a side dish. Either way, this is what the humble Spanish kitchen is all about. Real quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Leslie Tyson, Alan Sanchez, Kevin Moran, and Lisa Larrea. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That we can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.